Alright, hey guys, this is Murdo CCG back in the video. With this video, we're talking about the new Infernoble Knight support, and let's just get started here. So here we have Infernoble Knight Yugioh, which is a level 5, it's a level 1 Fire Warrior Tuner monster, and you can banish this card from your hand or grave, so summon one level 4 or lower Fire Warrior monster from your hand as a tuner. So that's pretty great because it just gives you the ability to just get a monster out. And not only are you able to just get a monster out from your hand that doesn't require you to use your normal summon, but it can actually let you renew a monster that's already been used up and it's in the grave. And they're not negated, plus they're a tuner here, so that could be useful, but that could also hurt you if you already have a tuner on the field. But if this card is normal or special summon, you can target one level 4 or lower Fire Warrior monster in your grave except Infernoble Knight Yugioh. Special summon it. Also, you cannot special monsters for the rest of the turn except warrior monsters. So that's pretty great. This is going to be a decent monster to just get out here in order to special summon one from your grave. And yeah, this looks like overall a solid monster, just kind of generic in this sense, where it's like a built-in little monster reborn for the archetype that we've seen in many archetypes. This formula been done, and I think this is going to be helpful just to make it go into a quick level 5 synchro here. Then here we have Turpin, or Infernoble Knight Turpin, which is a Fire Warrior effect monster. You can only use the first and second effect of this card's name each one's return. If you control a monster equipped with an equip card, you can special summon this card from your hand or grave, but if it's summoned from the grave, banish it when it leaves the field. So obviously Infernoble Knight is centered around equip cards, so that's going to be easy. It's easy to accomplish that. And then so you're going to be able to get a level 4 monster special summon, so that makes it really easy to just synchro summon as well. If this card is in your grave, you can target one warrior monster you control, equip this card to that monster you control. So that's great. It can serve as an equip. And not only that, when it's when this monster is equipped to a monster and it's used and then that monster is used as synchro material, you can treat it as a tuner. So that just gives you more options here. So it's a way to just get more value out of the card after it's used up. But it's also so after you choose to synchro with it, you can then target that warrior monster that you summoned, and then you can possibly treat it as a tuner in case you're trying to go up in the synchro levels here. And here we have a new synchro monster. So this is going to be a new level 5 synchro. So that makes sense because of this. You know, the whole idea is going to be normal or special summon this card in order to bring back one from the grave. Then from there, synchro into your level 5 synchro here. And let's see if it's worth it. So here we have Angelica, Princess of Noble Arms, which is the Fire Warrior synchro effect monster with level 5 1200 attack, 2400 defense. It's just a generic synchro here. And if this card is special summon, you can add one card that mentions Infernoble Knight Emperor Charles or one Horn of Oliphant from your deck to your hand. So that's a great search. Yeah, it seems like a great search here to get into, and it looks like just a synchro monster that you're just trying to get out and then synchro out. So you're going to be special summoning this in order to search something out, and then from there synchro summon into your Charles. And when a card or effect is activated that targets this card, or when this card is targeted for an attack, quick effect, you can send one Fire Warrior monster from your deck to the grave, and if you do, banish this card into the end phase. Then you can special summon one rolling monster from your deck or extra deck. So that seems pretty solid. If they actually choose to target it, then you can get a good amount of value just by protecting this card in terms of just banishing itself. But you can actually then, when it's sent from when that Fire Warrior monster is from in the grave, you can actually use it to do some things. So you can already see here just with Turpin that he's able to do things while he's in the grave. So yeah, it's an interesting way of not negating, but just avoiding them using an effect that might destroy this monster. And then being able to switch summon a ruling monster is just great to see here. So if they happen to like interrupt you, maybe try to imperm you in the middle of using this effect, then you can avoid that and then get more value from here. And here we have a Link 1 with 3000 attack. So that's really interesting to see here, but we can see why. So it requires a 1 level 9 Infernoble Knight Emperor Charles equipped with an equip card. So that's quite a requirement, but let's see if it's worth it. Because that is, I think, like the main ace of like the archetype. And if this card is link summoned, you can target one Infernoble Knight Emperor Charles in your graveyard. This card's name becomes that monster's original name and replace this effect with that monster's original effects. Then equip it to this card as an equip spell that gives it 500 attack. And then once per turn, when a spell trap or effect is activated, quick effect, you can send one equip spell from your hand or effect hand or face up to the field, negate the activation, and if you do, destroy this card. That's pretty good. Just being able to get Charles's effect and then replacing. So you replace that because this doesn't really do anything after that. It's just going to be a 500 attack boost. So he's going to be sitting at 3500. So once you get this out, it's going to be pretty protected because you're actually able to negate a spell or trap here. So honestly, a pretty interesting Link 1 that doesn't just play around the whole formula of just being an OP Link 1. It's a good combo starter, and it's just once you're able to get Infernoble Knight, Emperor Charles, it's just something stronger that you're able to get out here, or arguably stronger, but it's just a spell trap negate. And then here we're going to see the new equip spells. So here we have Infernoble Arms Almus, which is the equip spell. While this card is equipped to a monster, you can equip one Infernoble Arms equip spell from your deck to your deck or grave to an appropriate monster you control. Accept this card, then destroy this card. So this is just a great way of just replacing this in order to search out what you need. So I can see this being a decent filler card just to thin out your deck and search something out. And if this card is sent to the graveyard because the equipped monster is sent to the graveyard, you can target one of your Fire Warrior monsters that is banished or in your grave, add it to your hand. So if they happen to interrupt you while you have this on there, then you're just able to get some value back out of it. Then we have the Noble Arms Museum, which is a field spell. So it Fire Warrior monsters you control gain 500 attack, and then once per turn you can pay 1200 life points, add one Noble Arms card from your deck to your hand, except this card. So that's a hefty cost, but being able to search out any Noble Arms card is pretty great. I can see that being decent. That is going to be just going to give you the ability to search out any of your equipped spells here, but also like the Noble Knight ones. So yeah, that's a hefty cost, but I'm sure it's going to be a good amount of value just from doing that. And then once per turn, if you applied this card's second effect this turn, you can target one Noble Knight monster card in your spell and trap card zone. Special summon it. Also, if you did not control Charles at activation, you cannot special summon monsters from the rest of the turn except for warrior monsters. So if you have Charles, you're not going to be locked into it. If you do, you're just going to be locked into warriors, which is going to be what you're going to be summoning anyways. But that seems pretty decent here. You're going to be able to get a search and then another basically synchro material in order to continue summoning synchro monsters here. So it's honestly a decent field spell here. Just depends on what you're able to search out using this. And then here we have the final card, which is the Epic Poems of Charles. And you can only use the first and second effect of this card's name each once per turn. Reveal one Noble Arms equip spell in your hand, and if you do special summon one Infernoble Knight monster from your hand or deck, then either equip it with the revealed card or send the revealed card to the grave. So, okay, that could be interesting way of just getting any of your Infernoble Knights. I'm worried if this card is going to be too slow in order to really get value out of it, but it could be a quick way of just getting something onto the board and attach it with whatever you need. And then you can banish this card from your grave, then target one Infernoble Knight Emperor Charles you control, equip it with one Noble Knight monster from your hand or deck as an equip spell that gives a 500 attack. So that's actually decent if you're able to just pitch this to the grave. Or maybe even if you're able to use this, it's going to be like a little nice bonus effect here, and then you can use this. That could be great. Just choose to equip it with a Noble Knight monster, give it a buff because of whatever that Noble Knight monster's effect might be, or because of the Infernoble Knight Emperor Charles. And then, yeah, it gives a 500 attack boost. This could be a decent card, but I'm not sure if it's going to be run quite heavily, but it has some potential here. I just feel like it might be too slow here. But what do you guys think about the new Infernoble Knight support? I'm not completely familiar with the archetype. I haven't played with it too much. So I would like to hear from you guys that actually play, like what you guys think about this support. But make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and all that. And I'll see you guys next time. Thank you for watching.